At this time in your year of August 2016, during the Lion's Gate astrological alignment, one will find connection to the higher dimensions profound. That which you know as downloads, or for some uploads, will be in a state of continuous flow due to the cellular activation taking place in response to the powerful energies of the Lion's Gate. We speak to you now regarding Dreamtime portals to other dimensions, including alternate timelines for Earth. Whilst alternate timelines can be very similar to the current timeline you experience, there are others that are very different and have moved along very different evolutionary lines. From a third dimensional point of view, you perceive these very different alternate timelines for Earth as other planets, and indeed they are other planets, presented as other planetary bodies within your physical universe. These alternate timelines can be reached through dreamtime travel. At the time of the Lion's Gate, the dreamtime travel portals are most likely to link their coordinates to Sirius B. We would best refer to these dreamtime portals as the Crystal Stargates of hyperspace. We have spoken before of the higher Stargates of hyperspace, sealing sky-level portals that transport you from the 5th dimension into the 6th dimension and beyond. A visual manifestation of crystalline pineal gland activation and beyond the theta brainwave activity. The Crystal Stargates are in truth the exact same thing as the higher Stargates, yet from the physical perspective they present differently and are accessed differently. The Crystal Stargates are time portals, or wormholes, that can appear before you in any dimension. They respond to your call, for they are the externalized presentation of the crystalline pineal gland activation. They are with you always, rather than embedded into a hyperspace 5th dimensional reality sealing template, and the perception of them and the coordinates they link to will be different to the higher Stargates of hyperspace, which are more of a visual landscape presentation rather than an externalized presentation of that which you experience directly from a singular point of perspective. We speak now to the advanced dreamtime travelers, those who regularly experience out-of-body travel, astral projection, lucid dreaming and Merkaba vehicle activation within a singular point of perspective, such as the aforementioned templates. Within this experience, one would call to themselves the blue crystal. This is simply a thought or an asking or an ability to change the dreamtime landscape at will. Worry not if the blue crystal does not appear, or if it does appear in a different form. What you are looking for here is a matrix, or a crystalline grid that opens before you, presented as a portal, stargate or wormhole. If a different form is presented, then this in itself is a profound experience, and your intricate analysis will be needed to decode the meaning of the different form. The blue crystal is the crystalline matrix externalized, presented with a royal blue hue, due to the title of the colour and the meaning of the word royal. There are crystal matrices of many different colours. The blue crystal is the portal with the Sirius B Lion's Gate coordinates at this time, in your month of August in your year of 2016. So one would call the blue crystal into one's reality in dreamtime or meditation. You may see the blue glow in the distance, and accessing the source of this in itself is a presentation to be analysed. Yet for many, you who stand as true Dreamweavers, and indeed there are many of you listening to our words now, you will know yourself when you feel the resonating within at the words, "Call to the Dreamweavers." Call to the Dreamweavers. For you, the royal blue crystalline matrix, the Crystal Stargate, will appear before you. It usually appears as a glowing blue sphere or a glowing ball of white light with a blue glow or a blue central core. Yet for those who see the patterns of the matrix, those of you attuned to the sacred geometry within hyperspace, one would find the Crystal Stargate presents as a matrix, a large blue portal before you with an intricate web of blue connecting filaments within. If one were to visualize the central webbing within the tool known to you as the shamanic Dreamcatcher, this is exactly as the Crystal Stargate presents. Once the Stargate appears, you would enter the Stargate by flying through, or willing yourself through, or if you are standing upon the ground, then stepping through. Flying through is the most usual method for the advanced Dreamtime traveller. If the Crystal Stargate is accessed at this time without focused intention, simply with the thought that you shall enter the Stargate with absolute trust and go where you may, the coordinates will take you to the planetary body you know as Sirius B. Yet this in truth is an alternate version or alternate timeline for your Earth. If you enter the Crystal Stargate with focused intention of where you want to go, then you create your own coordinates, if you will. All of space and time and space within the entire Akash and hyperspace is available to you, following protocol and divine timing. When you hold trust, light, love, and a balanced, organic, sovereign matrix, then you cannot find yourself within a place that you are not meant to be in. Yet you may not find yourself always in the exact place you intentionally projected yourself to. Coordinates stand at one with your energetic makeup and your belief system or paradigm. If you move through the Crystal Stargate at this time, during the Lion's Gate alignment, and up to your full moon, August 18th or around that date, then you will in almost all cases find yourself within Sirius B. Sirius B is the landing pad, as it were, for Dreamtime Stargate travellers at this time. And the coordinates are naturally set to there from your dimension due to the astrological alignment, the Lion's Gate, and the influence of the constellation of Leo. Usually you will land upon ground, similarly presented as earth, grass, forest, beaches, etc. Some of you may arrive in the mountainous or rocky areas, although this is less likely. A rare few of you may find yourself in very unknown terrain, such as within a gaseous cloud. All is in alignment for you when you stand in trust, light and love. We repeat, all is in alignment for you when you stand in trust, light and love. If the joy of exploration is held in your heart, then that in itself is your Merkaba ship or your Merkaba vehicle as you travel the galactic sea. For the majority of you, you will find yourself within a landing pad area, depicted by hills, grass, and potentially buildings and structures. Natural stone and crystal is the usual material for building within the landing pad area of Sirius B, yet also you may see wooden structures, often set high above ground, sitting upon clouds or created within trees. You may see signposts displayed in a different language with unrecognizable letters or numbers, yet many of you will instantly be able to decipher their meanings. For indeed, each of you have the innate knowing of many different extraterrestrial languages. You then begin to explore. You may meet individuals often wearing robes as their clothing. You yourself may appear within the Sirius B constellation as wearing the same garments as the natives, as it were. Although many of you travelling in Dreamtime arrive wearing the same or similar night clothes you are wearing upon your physical body. Many arrive wearing a simple white robe or white nightgown. You can cloak yourself if you wish, or interact with the people of Sirius B. Some may not see you. Others may be very surprised to see you and wonder how you have travelled so far. You may discover reception-type areas that receive and send off various individuals into a new reincarnation. And you will find, if you analyse these reception areas, that third-dimensional Earth is the most popular place to incarnate into at this time from Sirius B. For Sirius B is a halfway point, if you will, between incarnation and reincarnation. It is akin to the sorting office for souls. The coordinates to Sirius B are not always available to Dreamtime travellers from Earth, but during the Lion's Gate, the Crystal Stargates align with Sirius B. The experience of travelling through the Crystal Stargates and arriving within the alternate timeline for Earth, or upon different planetary systems to Earth, is very illuminating and rejuvenating. One returns feeling healed and expanded. Yet ultimately, this is an activation. Yet another template for activation. It is activation of the DNA crystalline codes within that humanity is looking for. For this leads to the building of the sovereign matrix, that which brings you liberty, unity and balance. That which seeds you into a memory complex that mirrors all that you truly are. Source. One does not need to re-enter the Crystal Stargate to return home, back to the physical body and the third dimension, for one will feel the call, the pull from the physical, the knowing that it is time to return. Simply holding the thought that one wants to return to the physical body, or rather that it is time to return to the physical body, just that thought is enough to find oneself back in their body, just waking from sleep, or meditation, or other form of relaxation. There are those of you that arrive back in the body with a jolt and feel disorientated for quite some time. Each of you experience Dreamtime travel differently. You will have, in every case, returned with something. Healing, insight, information, a download, and always with an activation. The calling or manifesting of the Crystal Stargate is but one technique to transport you instantaneously into the hyperspace presented interpretation of alternate timeline frequency and galactic travel. More and more becomes available to you as you move through enlightenment, ascension, and expansion upon your journey to sovereignty and full actualization as a vehicle for Source. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9.